Greetings world, it is I, Andrew, the bearded lady from the Hairy Game Lords. And for Zatu Games, I'm going to review for you this, What Came First, from Big Potato Games. Well, before I tell you what my thoughts, let's jump on over to the table and see how we play. Okay, a very simple setup for what is, in essence, a very simple game to play. You have this player board here, which has a track on it for you to start and work your way round to the finish. You may think, what is this area here for? Maybe there's an overlap in the finish. No, it's because there is a very strong possibility that you can work your way backwards in this game by getting answers wrong. So, as the box implies, it is a 2 to 8 player game, although I believe that you could probably play this with more players. And each team has 3 of these very nice poker chip. Marvellous. The Big Potato Games poker chips. So we've set up here for a 2-player game. So there is always a starter player. They have this, and then the starter player is over to the next person after that they've had a go. And then there are these little counters here for the game. So you can have a maximum of 4 teams in this game. There are also some time tokens. And at the beginning of the game, a token is dealt out or chosen at random by each team, and they all mean different things. Now, these can be then placed face down on the track, and you can then either bet strategically to try and hit the time token by landing on it that you want and that will help you, or you can try and bet strategically to avoid and maybe even lead your opponents into an area where, hey, this time token is bad news for them. Some of them you've got to go back, others you can steal a token from other opponents for the next bet. There are loads of different ones, and they just add an additional thing and maybe a little bit of strategy to your betting in the game. So what happens is, as you can see, in the middle of the playing area is a card, and on that card it has 2 things. The Sound of Music, the show, or West Side Story, the show. And as you can see, it's colour-coded with certain sides of the board. The starting player, or the starting team, would therefore then discuss and choose which side they think is the right one, which came first. They would talk about how confident they were. Oh, it's definitely West Side Story, definitely, we should go in for 3. And if they were really confident and knew what year it would be, they could place one of their tokens on the year and name the year, and if they were correct, this token would then become worth 5 points, rather than just a single 1 point. So this would happen like so. Maybe these guys would be like, no, it's definitely Sound of Music, the show. And this would happen here like that. Then this would be flipped over and read aloud to everybody. Of course, it was West Side Story. But as you can see, very close there, just 2 years in it. And so what would happen here would be the pink team would move their pizza forward 3 places. But the orange team, the banana, this is where this area is made use of, would move that back 3 places, thus being further behind and need quite a lot to catch up. So that is pretty much the game. It goes back and forth like so, people going forwards, backwards, tactical voting going in, for what is what, and you work your way through the game. Obviously, this now would move over to this side here, so that the orange team would get first dibs on where they think to go, and if they were confident of the year, they would be able to place on the year. As you can see, there is only one circle on each side, so there is only one opportunity to state your claim on the year. Hence the starter player moving backwards and forwards amongst the teams, so that there is that opportunity available to each team on their go as a starter player. The game continues until there is a winner, or until you're all frustrated that you cannot pass go because you're absolutely bobbins at guessing what came first. And that is pretty much it. So, as you can see, it's really easy to learn and teach, as are most of Big Potato games. Component quality is, well, it's a good quality. Those little poker chips, they are wonderful quality. They are weighted, they feel like actual poker chips. Hey, you could go to Vegas with those and get thrown out of a casino. But anyway, yeah, the card stock is good. The board is nice and thick. The tokens could be a little bit more durable, as could the player tokens as well. They seem to be a bit falling apart. But hey, you could use something else as a player token. That's fine. But in essence, it's not really about the tokens or the player tokens. It's about those cards in the middle. Now, what I really like about it is that on first look, this game feels like, oh, there's probably not loads of replayability in this, because once you've played a card and found out whichever came first, you'll remember it. But actually, there is quite a lot of cards in this game. So I've played this a number of different times, and what's really clever is when you unbox this game, you will find the cards are sealed in separate packs. So there are 4 different packs of cards. As I've said, I've played this game a few times through already, and I've only opened one of those packs of cards and only got through only got through about half of those cards. So in that sense, actually there is quite a lot of replayability to this game. I'm looking forward to opening up more of the packs of cards and seeing what's within there. And then obviously, once you've gotten through all of those packs of cards, why not shuffle them up and go through them again? Now, what's also interesting is that if you are Rain Man and you can remember cards, then yes, this game probably won't have loads of replayability, as most games probably won't. But for the average Joe like me, remembering things doesn't come that well, and I think I would still be able to play this game having played through all of the cards, because a lot of those dates are really close together. Whatever came first may be a year ahead, or even a few months ahead, and so it is really tight on a lot of the cards, and so remembering that may seem a lot trickier than I first thought. The game certainly adds a lot of fun around the table. There's lots and lots of banter. There can always be that thing of you're copying us or you're hearing us discuss this thing, this idea through. But that, for me, all adds to the banter, especially then if both teams, or if all the teams are wrong. I like the element of a team going first and then having the opportunity, if they want to place one of their tokens on the year. You know, you've got to be properly confident that you know the year of this thing, but that is worth 5 extra points, and that could mean you moving forward 5 spaces or moving back 5 spaces. Now, the moving back, I have to say, can get a little bit frustrating. In fact, it can be very frustrating. The first time we played this, both teams got within 5 spaces of the finish line. And by the end of the game, or at least by the time we finished playing the game, we were both back at the start. So it's all about tactical betting, some delicate placing of bets, and then also going for what you are. It's a dead cert that you know the right answer, but you know what? Often those dead certs are wrong. This game is a really fun party game, and if you are into big potato games, then certainly get it in your collection. If you've never heard of big potato games before, where have you been? This is a great game to get in the collection. It takes not very long to play. It takes about 20 minutes to play, and yeah, just loads and loads of banter, loads and loads of fun. And also, you get to find out some very interesting facts on what came first. Wi-Fi or the Matrix. Ovs, check out this game at Zatu for a amazing Zatu price and enjoy.